What is going on, everybody? Welcome to a special Junior's World of Soul. As y'all see, I came in with Marvin Gaye, Got to Give It Up. Love that song. What's going on, Robin Thicke? What's going on, Pharrell? But, yeah, I came in with the legend. You know, tomorrow is the anniversary of his passing, and on Friday it's his birthday, and I definitely have to remember his birthday because my grandmother's birthday is on the same day as his. So, you know, Marvin Gaye's birthday is definitely a day that I will always remember. I felt like, you know, I had to do like a quick tribute to him. You know, Marvin Gaye is one of the best artists of all time, hands down. You know, I even also, with coming in, we got to give it up. I even liked Aaliyah's version too. You know, a version that actually they gave credit to, and you know, I liked her version too, and it was dope. Like I like, you know, Aaliyah was it was a cute little version, and then you know, so. Hey, away the chance. Yeah, so I figured why not do a video dedicated to him. You know, I feel like Marvin Gaye is the definition of what an artist is, in my opinion. And, you know, maybe about 8-9 months ago, I did like an hour-and-a-half tribute on Marvin Gaye because he's one of my favorite artists of all time. And I'm going to put it in the more info box so y'all can check it out. And I had my liquor ready, and I was grooving in that video. It's actually one of my favorite videos because it's like I take you on a ride of my life through Marvin's music, which is so dope. But I'm going to put it in the more info box. But, you know, in this video, it's not going to be too long. I don't want to keep y'all too long, but I do want y'all to groove with me a little bit. This video, I'm just going to talk about the top 5 songs that kind of, my favorite 5 songs from Marvin Gaye that I feel that kind of touch me in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? Marvin has so many songs and so many albums and just so many classics, but it was hard for me to kind of put 5, but I kind of did the best that I could, you know, because I tried to relate them to me and what, you know, in my life and with my family and things like that. So hopefully you enjoyed the list, and we're going to start with number 1. Stubborn Kind of Fella. We're going to start with that one. And, you know, that's just a classic, you know what I'm saying? So it goes a little something like this. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. Say yeah, yeah, yeah. So I put this one on the list because this was like the breakout hit for Marvin, because Marvin wanted to sound like a Nat King Cole. You know what I'm saying? That's what he was influenced by, like Nat King Cole and kind of like the Sam Cooke vibe, kind of like the ballads and the standards, and he wanted that kind, and clearly it wasn't in Marvin's cards to do that. So he did Stubborn Kind of Fella, and let me tell you something, it was on. It was on after this came out, and, you know, I just remember this song, and I just remember, you know, hearing this song, and it was just like, yo, Marvin is the truth. And then he just put his little swag on it, and it was R&B, and you know Barry Gordy was the thief. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. But he was the type that wanted to get R&B played on mainstream radio, so you had to make songs like this. And that's why, you know, they were the young sound of America. So with songs like this, you know. So the way how this song actually was a little bit more in my life, because my pops was a big hip-hop head, if y'all don't know by now with my videos. And I remember, because my father is a big Daddy Kane fan. He is a huge Big Daddy Kane fan. And I think one of his favorite MCs, actually. And then he did a song called "Cause I Can Do It Right." Yes. "Cause I Can't Do It Right." Yes. He did that song. And he used to play it, and you know in the beginning, if you listen to the beginning of this song, it's like, you know, it's like he's like singing, but here go my mom in the car. Here she go. Oh, so so Big Daddy Kane is sampling Marvin Gaye all of a sudden, right? So this is the part that he kind of sampled, you guys, and I'm like, really, really. So, like, you know, sometimes I wish I was my age now, and I could be like, Ma, let them have it. You know what I'm saying? We all know you are the best when it comes to knowing samples and know who did who. I'm like, Ma, let them have it. But Stubborn Kinda Fellow, my number 5 song, of course, it was the breakout hit from Marvin Gaye, so why not? It had to be on my top 5. So, number 4 actually brings back so many memories for me, and it brings me back to my family's memories. And this song is called My Love Is Waiting, and I'm going to play it right now. And it goes like this. Woo! This song, My Love Is Waiting, brings back so many memories for me. Like, you don't understand. Like, this brings back memories when me and my whole family were together before my pop passed, before my grandfather passed, before my brother Desmond passed. Like, and, you know, my whole family used to be in the house, and this was one of the songs where everybody will have a cup in their hand. And yeah, I had juice in my hand right now, but I ain't got no juice in here. But I had juice in my hand, and we just all groove. Like, it was a song that we all can groove with. Like, and what was so crazy, we had this album on 8-track. It was a red 8-track, if I'm not mistaken. It was red, and my mom would throw this on, and I think everybody would start grooving side to side, because it just got that good groove to it, and it just brings back so many memories. I swear right now, like, even though, you know, a lot of my family has passed on, I can throw this on with me and my mom and my grandmother, and we will get on the floor and try to cut a rug, man, because it sounds so good. Like, it make you move. Like, especially this part. I love this part. If I'm going to the right part, give me 1 second, y'all. Hold on. Woo! I love that part. Make your mind, I'll be fine. I love that part. Like, it makes me just go off. I'll be on the floor like, hey, come on, come on, come on. I act like an old man a little bit with my drink in my hand, because y'all know I ain't spilling my drink. So, yeah, so this was the last song on Marvin's last album before he passed, which was Midnight Love. This song goes in, you know, I love it. It got that groove to it, and like now, it makes you want to move. Like, if I didn't have to do the video with y'all, I'd probably be blasting this and going off in my house, but this is my number 4 joint, My Love Is Waiting. Now, my number 3, you know, this is actually one of my favorite Marvin songs, actually, but nobody seems to talk about this song a lot. Nobody seems to talk about this song. I don't know why, but the song is That's the Way Love Is. I love this song. I think it's so Marvin to me, and, you know, which is so funny to me, because I'm pausing before I play it. You know, I love 60s Marvin better than I did 70s, but it's so weird. Like, I love 60s Marvin, like, a little better than the 70s, but the 70s, I liked his production and where he was going, and he was growing as an artist, but I love the 60s. Kind of weird, but, hey, that's just me. But here is That's the Way Love Is. Yeah, showing up power, that's how it is. Oh, God, I love that song. Like, you know, if I ever have to just have a Marvin song and I don't know which one I want to listen to first, that is one of the first ones I go to. That's the Way Love Is. It gets me into that Marvin type of mood, and I love it. And, you know, even though the Isley Brothers did it first, because they did it in '67, and then Marvin remade it. One thing about Motown that I've since learned, that a lot of them remade each other's songs on every album. It might have not been a single or something like that, but it seemed like they remade, you know, songs. because clearly, if you know about I Heard It Through the Grapevine, Gladys Knight and the Pips made it first, and then Marvin, it seems like everybody knows about Marvin's version more than Gladys Knight and the Pips, and it was a hit from them as well. So this song, That's the Way Love Is, was done by the Isley Brothers first, and then Marvin did it, but just Marvin put his swag to it, and it just became one of my favorites. What I feel like a lot of people don't even pay attention to That's the Way Love Is album, because that album was pre What's Going On. Like, Marvin, after he made this album kind of after Tammi Terrell had passed, and Marvin didn't think he earned his career, and then he didn't feel right, and it didn't feel right. So then what was going on with the Vietnam War and the things, and life was changing, and Marvin felt so stifled because, Motown didn't let him sing a lot of what he wanted to talk about. He wanted to talk about what was going on in the community, but they didn't let him. So on this album, he actually did Yesterday, the Beatles' Yesterday, was kind of like, he was getting ready, like, this was, like I said, the pre-What's Going On. It kind of got us ready for what was in store. And then he did his version of Abraham, Martin, and John. And, like, I love his version. Like, it's so dope. And I love his version of Yesterday. So if you guys have a chance, please go listen to That's the Way Love Is album. It is a dope, dope album, and it's pre-What's Going On. So that's my number 3. Number 2, speaking of what's going on, I couldn't have a list without talking about what's going on now. The What's Going On album is really legendary. It's like everybody knows when you talk about Marvin, you go to What's Going On. But actually, the title song didn't make my list. So the song that really made my list was this, and I just got to play it, and then we can talk about it. It was like this. No, baby, this ain't living. Oh, no. Every time I talk about this song, I say Marvin, to me, takes mainstream on a ride with his 1970 Cadillac, or whatever was back then, or 1971 Cadillac, and he's taking you on a ride through the hood and letting mainstream know this is what we're going through. And he brought it to the mainstream, in my opinion. And it was like every time I listen to this song, it just takes you on a beautiful, beautiful ride. And while Marvin, it's like Marvin is driving you, and you just sitting there and you looking at him while he's driving, and he's kind of talking to you, letting you know this is what's going on over there, and this is what's going on over there. But he's singing it to you, and the music is just so mellow with it. It's like you could just get in your car and rock to it. And I just love this song. And this song, to me, represents artistry at its best, because like I said, it's so smooth, and you can kind of feel the music, Marvin's lyrics, it all just works to make a beautiful record and what it stood for. And he called it Inner City Blues, and it really was. It really was, and Marvin brought the mainstream to the hood with this song, and that's why I love it so much. So, when Janet, my favorite artist, used the bass of this song, or one of my favorite artists, not my favorite artist, she's one of my favorite artists, and she used this on my favorite album from her, The Velvet Rope, on one of the hidden tracks called Can't Be Stopped. And as an 11-year-old kid, because see, I already knew about what's going on, and I was my mother's child. I started hearing old things. I'm like, wait a minute, that came from that, they came from that. So when I heard Can't Be Stopped, and I see that she used the bass, I was like, yo, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are some bad, bad dudes. And actually, it worked, because the album that Janet was trying to say and finding herself and making you feel special about yourself, and Marvin was letting the world know what's going on. We good too. Black people all right. We stand for something. And it just worked for me. And I was just like, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis are so dope for using this. And here's Can't Be Stopped. And it goes a little something like this. Why you making this crazy world? I love that, and I just love the bass that they're using. Like, you can hear it, that they use the bass from Inner City Blues, and it's just so dope, and it just shows you that what music can really do, and it's just amazing. I can talk about Inner City Blues all day long, and that's why that song definitely had to be on my list as the #2 song of my favorite that comes from Marvin Gaye. My last song is my favorite song for many more reasons than one. I love it. It does a lot of things. This song was actually the first song that I knew all the words to at 6 years old. This was the first song that kind of made me understand the relationship that me and my mom had. Like, as y'all know, I talk about her a lot. She's like my musical mentor, I should say. My mom kind of really introduced me to soul music. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't know it. And when this song, this song actually describes the bond that me and her have. And if everybody that knows me and know her, they can understand why this song is so important to me. And and like with this song, like I was saying, it kind of introduced me to really soul music. I like how Bill Cosby said, and I have this quote on my wall, where he said at the age of 6 and 7, when kids start to really understand music and start learning lyrics and things like that. And I think that's really true, because this was the first song that I knew all the words to, and I would love to sing it with my mom. It was a duet. You know what I'm saying? We actually... I did a video with my mom maybe about 5-6 months ago, and to open the video we started with this, and my #1 song is If I Can Build My Whole World Around You, and it goes like this. If I could build my whole world around you, and that would be alright. Oh yeah. So that song to me is my favorite Marvin Gaye song. Like I said, it's for many reasons than one. It really just brings me back to my childhood when I really fell in love with soul music. Like, I knew soul music, but I think at this age I started to really fall in love with it, and it's this song. So my top 5 songs of my Marvin Gaye's list is number 5 was Stubborn Kind of Fellow, number 4 was My Love Is Waiting, number 3 is That's the Way Love Is, number 2 was Inner City Blues, and number 1 was If I Can Build My Whole World Around You. As I said, I didn't want to keep you guys a little too long. I hope you guys was able to kind of groove with me. But I could also, what I wanted to talk about is actually my top 5 albums from Marvin too. I'm not going to go into like having y'all hear it, because we can be here all day. But my top 5 from Marvin was What's Going On. Number 2 was Here My Dear. Number 3 is I Want You. Number 3 is Let's Get It On. And number 5, it's a toss-up between the two. It's the United album with Tammi and the live album in 1974 with the classic version of Distant Lover. So those are my top 5 from Marvin. I felt like I had to do a quick video for him. Happy birthday to him, and definitely rest in peace. I call him the Prince of Motown, because one of the princes of Motown, because in the 70s it was just him and Stevie Wonder, and they were rocking. It was like they were the ones. It was like each of them was coming with an album back to back with each other. So, Marvin will always remain in our hearts forever. His music will live forever. And in that note, I think I'm going to go out to a song that, it kind of makes me a little sad, because it's like, dang, Marvin's not here no more, but his music will be everlasting. And this is How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You. And we're going to go out on that note. And it goes like this. Come on. How sweet it is to be loved by you. Ooh, baby, I needed to show you. of someone else. Peace out, y'all. R.I.P. to Marvin Gaye. We love you. Peace, y'all.